What the fuck is up, gamers? We working? Is it working? It looks like it's fucking working. Alright, welcome to the YouTube. Welcome to my dashboard. Today we're gonna look at some fucking news. Breaking news. Sounds good. Just gotta finish my fucking apple here. I do not agree. I heard that shit on the fucking radio earlier. Didn't watch the video yet. A lady gets blasted off the face of the earth through her fucking car window. What the fuck is this shit? Deeply disappointing. Hold up. Excuse me. Excuse me, I didn't figure we would get to it so fast. How the fuck do you spell Minneapolis? Let's just go fucking Minnesota. Shooting. Video. Let's see what's going on here.
We're going to begin this hour, though, with that deadly shooting here. Sorry, it's
that sources tell CBS News she was an American citizen. Other questions, though, remain.
Holy
CBS
shit.
News, she was fatally shot when she tried to drive forward. We also know that sources tell CBS News she was an American citizen. Other questions, though.
Alright, so let's break this down real quick. Let's have a little toast. That was horrible. We just watched somebody get killed. And it took me, how long did it take me? 3 seconds to get that video.
She was then fatally shot when she tried to drive forward. We also know
here she is. She's blocking the driveway or the road. Got a few cars in front.
Tell CBS News
she doesn't want to turn off her car. She just wants to get the fuck out of there, probably. This asshole with the flat top in the front.
An American citizen.
Fucking blast her once.
Other questions, though, remain. CBS News Minnesota reporter Jonah Kaplan watched the video of the shooting with a retired ICE agent to try to answer some of those questions. Talk about the tactics used. I'm looking forward to the speech, Jonah. Good morning.
Good morning, Tony. You know, whenever something like this happens, you always hear a lot of similar things from police. They're split-second decisions. They happen so quickly. We went frame by...
Split-second decisions. Mind you, these aren't police. These are... working for the Department of Social Security. And here we have...
I framed through 2 videos with a veteran of federal law enforcement, someone who was actually injured in a vehicular assault back in 2008. And according to him, when you look at these videos, you see some red flags.
Alright, there's the real video here. We're saying out of the car. What the fuck is the context even here? Is that their car? Like right over here? You guys see my fucking cursor? You can. Whatever.
First thing, just out of the gate, man,
try to rip up the...
I don't hear anybody identifying themselves.
What's this guy saying?
I don't hear anybody like, hey, police.
We went through video of Wednesday's deadly shooting.
Here's a couple of guys in ski masks not identifying themselves as the gentleman in the previous shot. Explain to us.
Frame by frame with retired ICE agent Eric Ballier.
You see 3 officers, 2 to the side, and then 1 directly in front of the vehicle. Is that the right place they should be?
I don't understand the tactical or law enforcement advantage of having someone on foot in front of a moving, running, or occupied vehicle. You're almost inducing a shooting if that person decides to flee.
When the car accelerates, the officer in front of the car appears to fire 3 shots.
3 shots?
Killing the driver, 37-year-old Renee Good.
Look at that lady. She looks lovely. Does she look like a terrorist?
And sending her vehicle careening into a parked car.
What's the training when it comes to...
Hold up, what was that?
Driver.
Let me get that again.
The officer in front of the car appears to fire 3 shots, killing the driver, 37-year-old Renee Good, and sending her vehicle careening into a parked car. What?
So they shot her. She drove into a parked car.
What's the training when it comes to...
And they just move on. You can't shoot fucking people through the windscreen of their car, bro. It's not very cool. Like, I mean, she might be an immigrant, an illegal immigrant. Fucking hell, man.
Someone fleeing in a vehicle.
If someone is fleeing, that is not a justification for the use of deadly force.
Thank you, sir. You explained it so very nicely to us right then and there. It's not a reason to kill anybody, to take the life of another fucking human being. I realize now at this point you probably can't hear the video of but that's what he said. It's not a justified action. That's, you know, an impulse. Fight or flight response, but he put himself in that fucking situation. If you look at the fucking, you know, if you look at the right-wing fucking guys, they always tell you, oh, I'm never gonna be in a situation, so I'm not gonna answer a hypothetical, but here he whatever he identifies at, putting himself in a dangerous situation. And what happens, innocent fucking person loses their lives. She probably has family. They're fucking outraged. I predict that there are gonna be a lot of fucking shit going on in Minneapolis in, well, probably this weekend, right? Fucking Thursday night now. Thursday night for me, you know, fucking American. Let's see what these motherfuckers has to say.
The threshold becomes, is your life in imminent danger?
Ballier also focused in on the direction of the car's wheels, which he says indicate Good may have been trying to turn away from the officers.
She's trying to get around that vehicle, is what it appears to me. She has the steering wheel turned to the right, and she's trying to get away.
You guys are the criminals! You don't get to tell us what to do!
Ballier.
Alright, I hope you guys can hear what the fuck they're saying. Long breath for a dramatic pause. Let's all take a quiet moment out of respect from the miss in the car. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit.
He acknowledges that agents regularly encounter demonstrators, which can heighten tensions, but he says it's law enforcement's job to de-escalate.
I hate to say it.
These fuckers aren't de-escalating shit, bro. They're fucking antagonizing. It's obvious. It's as obvious as the fucking sky is blue And my dick is scratchy, bro. It's not rocket science, you know? Holy fuck.
But you have to tune out the noise. You have to focus on your objective.
Excuse me? Excuse me, sir? You have to tune out the noise? What's your objective? To kill people? Your objective is to protect your fucking precious constitution or whatever you think you're protecting. What the fuck? Deeply. What the fuck is wrong with that fucking country? You guys have been so fucking polarized, and you're just, you know, the fucking Russians are feasting on the stupidity because you're sawing your democracy in half with all these fucking cases. It was, what was it, George Floyd? It was in Minnesota as well, Minneapolis. Can't remember, 2021, 23, 22, I don't know. I can't remember because it never stops. Because you have these freaking psychopaths wielding guns. And they have no conscience of what human life is worth. Like, it's, I mean, I would say that it's racist, but at this point, like, racism the word doesn't even do it justice. It's, sociopathic. And this guy, he's probably gonna get a little slap on the wrist and get a pardon, move to Florida to get fucking. Oh, he probably has PTSD right now. Yeah, he fucking should have, because he killed an innocent woman. She's trying to get her fucking car through the street while these guys were fucking. Holy shit.
Secretary
Alright, well, that's
Kristi Noem
enough
from the Department of Homeland
of that
Security
story.
continues to insist this was done in
Thank you,
self-defense.
Jonah Copeland.
But if you look at the policies that
of
actually guide the
CBS
Department of Homeland
Mornings.
Security, Tony, there are two reasons why someone could fire into a car. One is if the driver has a weapon, and the second is if there's no other reasonable defensive measure to take, including getting out of the way.
Really fascinating analysis from that officer who's been in a situation like that before.
Truly is a fascinating analysis. Did she have a gun? I don't know. Probably not, though, right? Probably not, though. Alright, let's get on to some more news then. You know, I've been kind of dodging the news because it's, you know, it just gets worse every day. Let's see what's... Is this a live stream?
She deliberately tried to
oh shit, we just... Alright, what's this? Just Dance?
I don't know what is in a person's heart or in a person's head, and obviously we're not
Where's
going to
the
get
curls,
the chance
brother?
to ask this woman what was going on. What I am certain of is that she violated the law. What I am certain of is that that officer had every reason to think that he was under very serious threat for injury or in fact, his life.
Because he was standing in front of a fucking car.
In a way where she ran into the guy. I don't know what was in her heart and what was in her head, but I know that she violated the law, and I know that officer was acting in self-defense. It raises an interesting point, though. Look, if people want to say that we should have a legitimate debate about, you know, what was she really doing, right? Was she panicking when she drove into this officer, or was she actually trying to ram him? That's a reasonable conversation. What's not reasonable is for so many of you to plaster all over the media that this was an innocent woman and that the ICE agent committed murder, which is what many of you have said explicitly and some of you have said implicitly. That's what I have an objection to. The idea that this was not justified is absurd, and I think everybody knows it in their heart. Yeah. In the green.
This motherfucker. You know, he probably has as many details as I had. And I was, what are we on now? Like 4 minutes, 5 minutes? Who cares? It doesn't take a fucking genius to comprehend the atrocious things that the American police has, excuse me, done to its civilian population. But, you know, they gotta cover their asses. They gotta cover their asses, so they're gonna answer every question with another question. It's you know, it just, where's the humanity gone, man? Where's it gone? If this was freaking 30 years ago and some motherfucker shot another motherfucker through a fucking windshield in defense of the country because she was a terrorist, she don't have any bombs with her. She never hurt any civilians. She heard a acting police officer or somebody who mimics the idea of somebody who's supposed to protect the fucking civilians. Let's hear what this guy has to say. I'm random.
Taking down the temperature.
Why can't I hear this motherfucker?
In their heart. Yeah.
Excuse me? Hello?
In the green jacket. Everybody knows.
Where's the curls,
idea
bro?
that this was not justified
What the fuck
is absurd,
happened?
and I think everybody knows
I mute some
in
shit.
their heart.
Hello? You guys can hear the guy. I can't hear shit. Just have a fucking freak out. Where'd all the fucking sound go?
In the green jacket.
Alright, give me a sec.
In front of legitimate law enforcement officers and drive your car into them.
What are you saying, you stupid? I just give away my location. Am I gonna get iced? Whatever.
You have to be, I think, radicalized. In
There
a
you
very,
go,
very
man.
sad way.
I was tuned down on my fucking on the wire, man. All right, Mr. Vance, Mr. Big Bad Vance, give me your shit. Load, you fuck.
Reason to think that he was under very serious threat for injury or in fact his life. What I'm certain of is that she accelerated in a way where she ran into the guy. I don't know what was in her heart and what was in her head, but I know that she violated the law, and I know that officer was acting in self-defense. It raises an interesting point, though. Look, if people want to say that we should have a legitimate debate about, you know, what was she really doing, right? Was she panicking when she drove into this officer, or was she actually trying to ram him? That's a reasonable conversation. What's not reasonable
This motherfucker
is for so many of you to plaster all over the media that this was an innocent woman and that the ICE agent committed murder, which is what many of you have said explicitly and some of you have said implicitly. That's
this motherfucker, man. It was the same exact thing I was watched 30 seconds ago. How can you justify it like that? Just because, you know, the fucking one person with the gun is the police officer, it gives them the right to fucking, you know, kill in cold blood? It's the last resort. Should always be the last resort. You have so many more problems of what's going on in your fucking country, America. It's insane. Absolutely insane to believe you have spent that much fucking money and spent so much fucking time and resources on basically soaring your fucking democracy in half. It's not democracy anymore. It's fucking you know, who took the biggest shit contest is what it is. Really, it's it's never a story about some guy, some not famous, not fucking rich. That's some fucking random dude that walks into any one of those fucking two parties you have to that represents an entire. How many fucking people are in America, bro? Population of America. Thank you. Just burn thousands of liters of whatever. Alright. July 1st. July. Was that 300 million? 340 million is what the fucking thing says. Two parties are never going to represent the majority of either side of your population. Never, ever is it going to happen. Not in a million years, no matter how hard you try to, you know, say, oh, we don't like immigrants, but over here we like immigrants, but oh, over here we're like, it doesn't, because it has no nuance. It's completely thoughtless. Lack of all critical thinking is what this system, whatever you're doing right here, it's destroying the country. And you know, I could care less. Just a stupid European. But you know, I'm just a human being like yourselves. And I don't want you guys to go around kill each other. You know, we might have a population issue in the world. We're producing more than we are consuming. We're fucking each other over all the time. But I just think that, you know, there's so many facets to this shit. The shit that's going on in America right now. And I don't feel like a lot of Americans are like in on the joke. It's only the elite that are like, oh yeah, I paid you $3 million to suck my dick or whatever, and then you gotta fucking run a Facebook ad, or, you know, I don't know how, I don't mind capitalism, I don't mind advertising for shit, I don't mind. What I do mind is slaughtering integrity, because Vance, he fucking knows better than this. He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. I mean, he can take a joke. He did the fucking Halloween thing with the hair. He had different opinions at some other point. He's a smart guy. His opinions change, yeah, whatever. So does mine, so does everyone's. But you can just tell it's so fucking obvious that it's money that's dictating whatever this motherfucker has to say. Fuck. Bill fucking ash on my keyboard. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you guys? This is the time of strife. Fucking people invading each other all over the fucking world. This is what you choose to spend your fucking time on, your fucking stupid resources on. It's not better here in Europe. It's not, I'm saying, oh, it just comes to Europe. It's the same fucking shit everywhere. It's the same fucking shit. They want to suck each other's dicks. I just got an answer to a fucking no integrity journalist. Is what I have to say about that. Big old fart in your face. It's not real. It's like a fucking episode of Black Mirror. Am I wrong? It's whatever. Let's keep the fucking guy talking.
That's what I have an objection to. The idea that this was not justified is absurd, and I think everybody knows it in their heart. Yeah. In the green jacket.
Taking down the temperature, it seems like political violence is ratcheting up and riots could be around the corner. What steps does the administration have planned to try to unite America? Average people on both political sides are so tired of fighting with each other, and I think all the journalists in this room could agree with me that we don't want to be part of the problem. Do you have any words to unite America?
You know, I know you don't want to be a part of the problem, and I think that's true of a lot of you. I'm not sure it's true for everybody, because the reporting over this has been one of the biggest scandals I've ever seen in media. I've never seen a case so misrepresented and misreported when you have a guy who is defending himself and is now being treated as some sort of federal assassin by so many of the people in this room. First of all, let me say about
Halt. You must be jesting, mister. That motherfucker wasn't defending himself. If you had one fucking brain cell to spare, he would have jumped out of the fucking way of the moving car. It's like, it's like looking at a train coming straight at you. You see a girl, a woman, out of her senses, probably scared to her fucking nuts. I want to congratulate James or whatever his fucking J name means. Jacob, perhaps. Might be a sort of things. That guy stood right in front of the fucking vehicle. If you've ever been in front of a vehicle, you know, there's two fucking things you can do. It's either jump really fucking high or jump really fucking to the either side they're not going. It's a simple, you know, reptile brain fucking impulse. But he doesn't have the protecting his fellow citizens in the right place. He wants to fucking kill. which I think we all know the ICE task force. They were, they're like the fucking Nazis burning books. They're the firemen in Fahrenheit 451 or whatever it's called. I can't see that far. Wherever that book is called. It's Montag. It's the radicalization, the polarization of these people are not, you're just should be so obvious to people, right? Should be so obvious of what they're doing to each other. Like I feel like this is just fucking puppet show to keep this guy getting paid, keep fucking Trump paying him, keep Israel paying them whatever they're fucking paying them. We'll never know, because we're in the dark. It's and look at that fucking guy, man. I can hear his breath from here. I will never get fucking any work in this thing because I could hear this motherfucker's breath from across the room. It's pathetic, really. It's pathetic. Like, he lost all human consciousness in trade of some sort of idealism, ideologically. He's following. That he's getting paid to follow. That's the thing. I mean, he doesn't want to be there. Nobody wants to fucking be there. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but he's also kind of a piece of shit because he's doing it. It only takes like a fucking hairnail of integrity to not do that fucking shit. But, then comes the next guy and it will be a bigger piece of shit. All right, let's hear what you have to say then.
Crime. You mentioned violence. One of the things we're proudest about is that you saw violent crime over the last year drop by 20%. Why is that drop by 20%? Is it because we're attacking our law enforcement officers, or is it because we in the administration are empowering our law enforcement officers to enforce the law? I think that's one of the ways you take down the temperature.
Excuse me? Let me hear that again one more time, JD. What the fuck happens to my fucking... I keep hitting him. I'm sorry. Crashed out.
Or is it because we in the administration, that you saw violent crime over the last year drop by 20%? Why is that drop by 20%? Is it because we're attacking our law enforcement officers, or is it because we in the administration are empowering our law enforcement officers to enforce the law? I think that's one of the ways you take down the temperature, is you make people feel more secure and safe in their person and property. That's why we care so.
I want you guys to listen very closely to what he's saying at this exact time. Here, I'll play it again. I need to take a piss and all, but
so much about protecting our law enforcement.
Let's see what this motherfucker has to say.
Take down the temperature. Is it because we're attacking our law enforcement officers, or is it because we in the administration are empowering our law enforcement officers to
give them more firepower and fucking immunity to murder? Come on, JD. Come on, bro. You know better than that. It's because you're fucking pardoning people who are doing horrific crimes. Horrific. Think about that fucking lady. She probably had a whole life to live. But you killed her because some fucking dude who jacked his wiener off in Afghanistan in 2012 could feel powerful again. It's, you know better than that. I believe in JD. I mean, I don't think he's a bad guy by choice. I think he got rolled into some politics, you know. He wanted to do the good thing. Suddenly there was a bunch of money who told him, maybe you could like screw it a bit this way, and then you know, it all gets blown out of proportion. But in reality, nobody had to die in that situation. It's as simple as that. Nobody had to die. But you're not the guy choosing that. You're just the guy pardoning that. You know, defending the officer's right to enact what, self-defense? I might remind you, he didn't stop the car. If you've ever played GTA, you realize that shooting the fuck out of someone in the front seat of a car doesn't stop the car. It's the... It's very simple. It's very simple. Oh well, let's see whatever the fuck he has to say. Actually, you know what? I'm tired of the story. I heard it all on the radio earlier. I got places to be. We got some more news to cover, don't we? Oh yeah, by the way, I'll try to be here in the coming weeks, because I think we might be at a turn point here. Let's see what this motherfucker has to say.
A woman in Minneapolis is dead after an ICE-involved shooting. These are live pictures from Minneapolis. There are videos, as we speak, going around social media showing what happened earlier today between protesters and ICE. We're working on bringing you those videos. You can see one of them on your screen as we speak. Basically, here's what it describes. It shows agents in a truck pulling up to a car that appears to be blocking the road. The two agents get out. They walk up to the driver's side of the car. From there, things escalate quickly. One agent touches the car, and the driver starts driving backwards with the agent's hand still on the car. The driver then hits the gas while another agent appears to be standing in front of the vehicle. That agent, more in front of the...
Let's have a look at the officer
One agent
in the
touches
front.
the car, and the driver starts...
There he is, right beside that motherfucker right there. Let's have a look at the wheels here. Either you jump up high, either you jump to the side. Nobody has to die.
Driving backwards with...
Could see the world fully turned. This motherfucker already cocked his fucking gun.
The agent's hand still
shoots 3 bullets. 3 bullets. How long is that? You want to count it?
One agent touches the car, and the driver starts driving backwards with the agent's hand still on the car.
2. In a matter of seconds, this motherfucker shoots 3 bullets inside of a civilian. You know, she might be a terrorist. He doesn't fucking know. He doesn't fucking know. What if it was a civilian? What if she had children in the car? Imagine that. Oh my, the fucking head turns in the news articles, right?
Then hits the
Alright,
gas
fuck this
while
fucking
another...
story. That guy is gonna be... has to be sent to prison for so fucking long. U.S. seizes oil tanker linked to Venezuela. Yeah, we saw that shit. I gotta take a piss, you guys. I know nobody's watching, but who cares?
I think innocent life should not be taken for acts of politics.
Alright, you motherfuckers. What the fuck? Alright, let's do this one. You know, time's real well, you know.
Yeah, it did. It's amazing. The flying wing. It's
no reason for the U.S. military to get involved in Gaza.
No, I don't see that. No, I think we're going to handle it very well. We'll be helping Israel But we have other countries that are now. You know, we signed, many countries signed, and many of those countries relatively are very strong military powers. And Hamas has no support. See, Hamas had the support of Iran, and now Iran says, don't get us involved. The last time they got them involved didn't work out too well. So they used to have the support of Iran. Today, Iran they're trying to survive. You know, when I heard the reports 2 weeks ago, Iran's looking to build a nuclear weapon, I said, don't worry about it. They got a lot of things they want to do before nuclear weapons. I said, the last thing they want to do is a nuclear weapon. It didn't work out. And if they did a nuclear weapon before they got even close, that site would be attacked and it would be wiped out. Yeah.
Mr. President, you're meeting with President.
I dropped my apple out of disgust. Give me a fucking second. I'm not even gonna comment on that shit, man. He's in a constant dick measuring contest, and you see the thing, there's you know, nobody's trying to measure their dick. Nobody wants nuclear war. You know, this fucking guy and the guy from Russia and the guy, you know, probably some fucking terrorists would want it because they know that this freaking capitalistic democracy, they call it, is on their hind legs, screaming for attention. You know, just... It's embarrassing, really. Let's hear what this motherfucker is on about.
In a few weeks. Yeah. If you can't come to an agreement or a deal at that meeting, are we in for a sustained trade war with China?
Well, you're in one now. Look, we have 100% tariff. If we didn't have tariffs, we would be exposed as being a nothing. We would have no defense. You know, they've used tariffs on us, but we've never had anybody sitting in that chair that felt the need to do it. And they've allowed us to be $37 trillion in debt, et cetera, et cetera.
How much do you want to bet that this fucking chair is made in China? You know, this guy is so fucking detached from reality. He thinks bananas cost $45? What the fuck, bro? This is not a human being right here. You know, ask somebody from Israel if they can define a human being. It's definitely not this guy. It's, you know, I don't pride myself on my ethics or my morale. I don't take sides. I'm neither fucking whatever they call it over there. I don't think anybody who sits in a chair like this motherfucker does has the intention of his people and the best interest. Because we checked it earlier. How much was it? Like 400,000 million? 440 million? I can't remember now, but you're never gonna be the fucking chieftain of 400,000 million. Do you know how many fucking people that is? That's so many fucking people. And it's not even an eighth of the people in the world. How the fuck would we get along? We'll never do. We might never do. But can we coincide? Can we, you know, not kill each other because of fucking resources? This guy's already plummeted the American economy into the fucking crust of the earth. And here he is sitting. I ignored the news for a while, but I figured I would at least make it entertaining for me to, not for me, maybe, but maybe for you guys, make it entertaining to watch the news, because this fucking puppet show, like, you know, he's not speaking from any integrity. He's speaking solely on the cause of getting more money, getting more. He probably has fucking tons of stocks in weapon firms getting sold to whatever, Israel. War. And that's cool, man. If you want to do insider lobbying like that, that's usually illegal in democracies. That's, it's kind of a bad mood, you know. You want to do some fucking insider trading, man? That's, unless you're as corrupt as other superpowers, it's, he's just, holy shit, did he break the fucking, mold? I don't know what to say, you guys. It's a wild time to be alive, eh?
Tariffs are a very important tool for our defense, for our national security. If we don't have tariffs, we're not going to have national security. As an example...
Exactly how... I mean, I wish I could fucking have a one-on-one with this motherfucker. Who tied this motherfucker's tie, by the way? What the fuck is that? Did they try to choke him? That shit is not a fucking single Wellington or whatever it's called. That shit is... You fucking motherfucker, I'll fucking tie your tie, but that's not fucking, you know... It... If that guy had, like, 20% less skin, I could tell you, just from his expressions, that his veins are gonna be popping out of his forehead and out of his neck. But it seems he lost the Ken Brockman fucking clamp in the back of his face.
If you look at Pakistan and Iran, I told them I was in the midst of negotiating a trade deal with Iran, and Pakistan was going to be in line. And because of tariffs, they all want to negotiate much differently. We're making a good deal. And then I heard that they're shooting at each other. And I said during one of my conversations, are you guys going to go to war? Two nuclear powers we are thinking about. I said, here's the deal. You go to war, I'm going to put a 200% tariff. I'm going to stop you from doing any business in the United States. I said it to both of them. Within 24 hours, the war ended. That would have been a nuclear war. And again, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who was here 2 weeks ago, said that man saved many millions of lives in front of a whole group of people because he thought it was going to be war. But when it came to war or having to pay massive tariffs, the tariffs overrode. That's why it's so important. Not only the money, we're taking in trillions of dollars, not only the money.
Oh, yeah, just stop two countries from doing nuclear war because you made their oil they have possession of way more expensive to the rest of the world. Wait, not even the rest of the world. They made it more expensive to you. Tell me how that makes sense. Oil is oil. It's a shitty product. We gotta figure out other ways to get energy other than fucking fossil fuels, because, you know, it ruins the fucking Earth, bro. Sorry, I was giving you guys a cheer. Scary time. Scary time indeed. What can you do, man? What can you do?
The power to keep peace, the power to be used for good is enormous. But a lot of people didn't understand tariffs. It's also made us very rich. We have a big case coming up in the Supreme Court, and I will tell you, that's one of the most important cases in the history of our country. Because if we don't win that case, we will be a weakened, troubled, financial mess for many, many years to come.
He just perfectly described the U.S. economy for the next presidency. Whoever comes next in line to this motherfucker is gonna have a hard fucking nut to crack. It's gonna be, he might only have been there 4 years, 4 years in the past. I know what's up. He fucked so much up for everybody because of greed. And this motherfucker doesn't need anything. He got his fucking McDonald's, he got his fucking amphetamines or whatever they call his Wegovy medicine. I don't give a fuck. I mean, it is. I can't explain how obvious he is making himself to be. He's so readable. It's all ego with this guy, right? It's all ego. He didn't mean for himself to become president. He just bought his way there, and he manipulated and used his users against themselves, because that's the first step in the line that he fucks over completely. And I'm no politician, but I learned from a very young age what a human decency is, and this man is just spreading undecency all over the world, wherever he can get his little fucking tiny hands in. Oh, and also his tiny dick. That was the thing. What was that thing with the painters? The thing with the painters where they painted him, but they painted him with such a small wiener that if he were to conject it, he would have to show his small wiener to say it was really him. I thought it was brilliant, because it really is the ego. You can just tell from his hair, from his fucking tie. Even the fucking guy in the back. Look at that guy. Guy looks sharp. He hasn't even shaved. But somehow he knows how to tie a tie. I laugh as a sense of coping, because this guy is about to. I feel like his last hurrah will just be fucking nuking the Russians or some shit, because they didn't get the same color at the manicure or some shit.
Even though if survivable is a good term. And if we do, we're going to be the most powerful economic country in the world. And all we're doing is using them as a defense against what took place for many years. China would charge us tariffs. It was incredible, but we weren't allowed to charge. And we're allowed to do whatever we want. We just had presidents that didn't want to do it for whatever reason. And it was nothing. But
my brother in Christ, I'm an autist as well, but you can't just do whatever you want. People are going to remember that shit. And you soiled the reputation of America completely. There's nothing left. Nobody has any trust to Americans, to this, it's gonna air immediately, but I don't think any, I know no fucking European countries want to fucking deal with you. I know Canada is so fucking tired of this bullshit. You might have Mexico on your, but that's like a threatening compromise. It's all right. I'm gonna do about
wars,
like
I was saying 7 of the 8 wars.
30 minutes
I would say
more.
tariffs are directly responsible for me ending 6 of them, 5 or 6. Without the tariff,
excuse me. Ending 6 of what?
I don't even know if survivable is a good term. And if we do, we're going to be the most powerful economic country in the world. And all we're doing is using.
Nothing comes out of the U.S. You might send a little bit of steel to the U.S. You might send a little bit of fucking whatever wood to either country. You might have your like boutique brands like fucking Nalgene's bottles or whatever. Nobody is going to deal with the U.S. with this motherfucker in control. Because it's just a waste of money. It's a waste of good business. They could have had the chance to. You guys already know this fucking shit. I'm not
them as a defense against what took place for many years. China would charge us tariffs. It was incredible, but we weren't allowed to charge. And we're allowed to do whatever we want. We just had presidents that didn't want to do it for whatever reason. And it was nothing. But of the 8 wars, I was saying 7 of the 8 wars, I would say tariffs are directly responsible for me ending 6 of them, 5 or 6. Without the tariffs,
I completely lost my train of thought. I was looking at the shit.
So we're allowed to do whatever we want. We just had presidents that didn't want to do it for whatever reason. And it was nothing. But of the 8 wars, I was saying 7 of the 8 wars,
7 of the 8 wars
are directly responsible for me ending 6 of them.
You ended 6 out of 7 out of 8 wars. I wish I had another burp in me because that was hilarious. I'm not even gonna comment on that. Let the motherfucker speak.
5 or 6.
Preach, girl.
Without the tariffs, you have wars raging all over the world. With the tariffs, other than Russia, we have no wars out there. And we've made a lot of good friends, too. Tariffs are so important to our...
What motherfucking friends have you made with any country? I'm curious. I would like to hear a genuine answer to that. Because I'm pretty sure you made every single country in the world hate America even more. You know, some of us, European countries might suck your dick, but... let them speak. Let them cook.
Our national security. If we don't have tariffs, we don't have national security. Our country would suffer a level that because they use so strongly on us. As an example, the European Union, they won't take our cars, they won't take our agriculture, they won't take anything, but they send their cars in, Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, by the millions. We don't send any cars. They don't take them. They were tariffing us out. Agricultural products, they don't take our agriculture. They want their farmers to do it. I understand that. But it was very unfair, and they were tariffing our product. They're keeping out by using tariffs. And we didn't use them, but I used them. And now we made one of the great deals with your $650 billion they pay us. And we've evened it out. It's really a good thing to see. And you have to understand, they've all signed. Japan, South Korea.
What the fuck is he on about? What the fuck is this guy on about? Nobody enjoyed that deal. I mean, he might have enjoyed that deal because... I feel like Mr. Donald Trump, he is standing on the last legs of his presidency. He thought he would get away with another 4 years. He's not gonna. He's not gonna. Because he fucked it up so bad for himself. Even if it's, you know, he has a way of bending through whatever laws stupid presidents have put up before him. But he doesn't care about anybody. He cares about his money and making money. And, you know, they have food banks in the kindergartens. It's oh my God. It really makes you think, man. To be honest, it makes my fucking stomach turn. It makes my stomach turn. How these motherfuckers broadcasted on television, broadcasted to the whole nation, to all the nations. And no matter where you look, if it's fucking Sweden or France or Denmark or fucking Spain, there's always those fucking politicians sucking his dick. Because they know if I suck a little bit of dick, I might get a little bit of dick in my ass at some point. And I gotta tell you, because I don't watch the news. I hate it. I hear it everywhere I go. I hear it every fucking second. I hear what this motherfucker has to say. I hear whatever fucking the Russians have to say. Chinese, you know, they're fucking tired of it too. I'm tired of them, you know, it's... Can't even put it in words, man. Cannot even put it into words. How much disgust I have with this human being right here. Absolutely zero control of his integrity. All he thinks about is fucking money. And that's what he thinks that so we starved them of money? They still have the fucking nuclear weapons, bro. It's not like they're gonna go away because you paid them more money. It only takes one motherfucker to push the button. You should know that. Better than anybody. Alright, let's fucking finish this shit.
I mean, South Korea, $350 billion up front.
$450 billion. He's such a fucking nerd, bro. He's such a weak individual. I think that the next US presidency, it should go by, you know, a duel where your two little parties, they can choose their champion, choose their political champion, and then they go in a fight. But if the fight lasts more than 3 or 5 minutes, they're both disqualified. They have to kill within 5 minutes. Because this guy is never gonna kill fucking anybody. You know, he might by pressing a button, but look at how fucking weak and pathetic this man is. He's, you know, just a big old bag of bones and makeup. And Botox, probably. It is the most pitiful fucking selection of human. He is white trash, but disguised as somebody who's important. But he has no importance. He never had. He just wanted to be there in spite of whatever.
And they've all agreed to it. They're all happy. But before, it was a total ripoff. And if we don't have the use of tariffs, we have no national security. This country will have no financial security, will not have national security. And the people that brought the lawsuit are people that are aligned with foreign nations that are now being treated fairly as opposed to just ripping us off.
Excuse me, motherfucker. I'm sorry for pausing all the time. What did you just say?
And the people that brought the lawsuit are people that are aligned with foreign nations that are now.
But isn't this guy fucking feeding the Mossad, the government of Israel, so many fucking money to keep Syria under conflict? I'm just saying, I want to do a fucking Google thing right now, but that's what I fucking heard. I'm pretty sure that's what everybody reached the consensus of.
Now being treated fairly as opposed to just ripping us off and ripping us asunder. So, but if we are not allowed to use what other people use against us, there's no defense. It'll be a disaster for America. That's why I think I'm going to go to the Supreme Court to watch it. I've not done that, and I had some pretty big cases. I think it's one of the most important cases ever brought, because we will be defenseless against the world. Okay.
Fuck. Do you see my face? I'm gonna need a drink for this one. fart in your face, Mr. Trump. You might be a businessman. But I think a thing in politics that we're forgetting slowly, because there's so many people who don't want to look at both sides of the story. Where do I even start this fucking thought, man? You've doomed your country. Nobody's gonna take you serious. The European Union, as much as I dislike it, as much as I feel like that the people should be in control of the land that they live in. Borders, nuclear weaponry, lobbyism, it doesn't give a fuck about borders. Doesn't care. It doesn't care about you, and it doesn't care about me. It cares about the guys at the top who gets the paycheck. Because you see so many fucking people spending all their lives fighting this fascism. And it is fascism. You know, by per definition, you know, just calling everything terrorism against their government, it's fascism, you know, it's not a way people to commune with each other. There's never been any incentive to get a generalized understanding of democracy. We're trying. I think many people are trying here in the European Union. But people are so fucking patriotic. I'm politically illiterate, I would say. I mean, I know what your ideologically stands for: the republic, the democracy, socialism, communism, capitalism. I know what all that shit means. But I don't buy into any of that shit, because none of it is said with any piece of integrity anymore, at least. You know, billionaires, they used to build libraries, used to build schools, they used to help their countries. But in Western society, capitalism has been the raging ideology for God knows how long. I feel like we're at a turning point now. You know, I almost hope that dear President Trump invades Greenland, because from what I heard, all the conservatives, they want to fight in that battle, and they can fucking die for all I care. It's not like I'm an angel or a beacon of light and non-integral society, I hate people just as much as the next person. The only thing is I don't mind speaking the truth. And here this motherfucker is hiding behind everything he can to save his own ass. But I think he knows. I mean, he gotta know. A guy as stupid as that, you gotta have, you know, advisors and shit like that. You gotta have people telling him, you just released nuclear death upon half of the world. If you're speaking, I mean, there's nobody's gonna take that lightly. Do you think Russia is gonna be like, oh, he invaded Russia and London, and they invaded Greenland, and then, oh, peace on Earth. No, they're gonna fucking retaliate as hard as they can. They're gonna fucking forget everything about Ukraine. Because Putin and Trump is the same man. They were the same shell of pygmy guys. People who get picked last at the soccer team. What's the time say? Alright, whatever. Fuck you guys. I'm going to bed. Take care of yourselves. Subscribe. I'll be looking at the news next week or maybe in a couple of days. I don't know yet. I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm just a regular old dude. Take care of yourselves. Don't get fucking nuked or whatever. You know, do whatever you please. Try not to get nuked though. That's terrible. Alright, bye.